Ted Hurst, wide receiver, Georgia State, came in at the combine at 6'4", 206 pounds. He ran a 4.42 in the 40. Looked good in the receiver drills as well. Certainly a pre-draft winner. Um, Attended the Senior Bowl and had a good performance during that week as well. He's a Division II transfer. Played 2 years at Georgia State. 127 receptions, 1,965 yards, 15 touchdowns. He's had 13 drops in the past 2 seasons. He's a big receiver with good speed. He does a really good job beating the press, and he runs routes well for a big wide receiver. He's used at all three levels at Georgia State. He's a threat with the ball in his hands. Um, Dropped some passes, obviously 13 in the past 2 seasons isn't ideal. He doesn't win the contested situations as much as you'd want from a receiver at his size, but um, I wouldn't say he doesn't win. He still has some of those on tape, but you'd like to see um, him come down with some tougher catches at all three levels of the field in contested situations. But bad competition, right? He plays in the Sun Belt, not the best conference. I will say he had good performances against Vanderbilt in 24 and 25, and he played pretty decently against James Madison as well, who obviously was a playoff team in the college football playoffs this past season. Um, it's worth noting his quarterback play was pretty bad as well as you know kind of tough to watch at times, just to be completely honest. So um, he's open sometimes. He's not getting the ball. He's not even getting looked at. Some inaccurate throws and like that. They had three quarterbacks play this past season, so not great, not ideal. Um, he has limited blocking tape, but I definitely considered it solid overall. Let's get right into the film here, bottom of the screen. We're going to start out with a little route where we're working behind the linebacker in zone here, catching the ball, breaking a tackle, showing off that 4.42 we ran at the combine. These other Sun Belt guys just can't keep up. We're taking that one to the house. Big gain. Um, I want to make it clear I like Hurst a lot. This guy is probably a 90 to 120 overall pick. Obviously, it's kind of hard to predict the draft, but I really like his value. Next play here, top of the screen. Just a little fade. And we go up. There's a contested catch for you. Head tap. Doing a really good job holding on to the ball all the way through the ground. Touchdown. Bottom of the screen, same thing. Just a fade. Does a good job reacting late hands. Getting a foot in for the touchdown. Excuse me, let's go back here, make sure I'm on track. Top of the screen here. Going to take the top off the defense, run a little deep post. Does a good job getting in behind the defenders in the zone. Bringing that one in. Really good job tracking the ball deep here. And not an easy catch, right? Where we are in traffic there. He does a good job bringing that in. Top of the screen. Really like this play. Not the biggest gain, but one of the things I mentioned is he's really good at beating press for where he's at in his level of experience. You see some guys that really struggle with it, especially big receivers. I think he's pretty advanced for his size and his age. So this guy's got a flat here, this corner. They're playing a zone, and his job is to get some contact on Hurst here, and Hurst is just gonna pretty much shed it and run his route. He runs a circus, so kind of a stem inward, outbreaking route, and he does a really good job keeping this DB's hands off of him. Really good job. And obviously, we're open. We make the play. Love it. Okay, bottom of the screen. I like that release package on the slant, and I love that rack as well. It's not a touchdown, but pretty nice gain. Short throw, doing a good job getting some rack. We're going to get the same thing here, bottom. Same thing, slant. Break a tackle, pick up a few extra. Really like it here. Nice. Okay, bottom of the screen. He's going to have a comeback here. Does a good job in the drive phase, showing that DB, hey, we're going deep, breaking it off. We'll watch that one again. I mean, really good feet here on the comeback. Yeah, I mean, he's quick in and out of that break, especially for a guy with his size. Yes, love it. Really like this player for where he's going to be picked. Bottom of the screen, little drag here. Break 2 tackles, break a third, first down. Just being a playmaker, man, with that ball in his hands. He's tough to bring down. All right. Bottom of the screen here. Like I said, is kind of limited tape of him blocking, but they have a little wide receiver screen here. He does a pretty good job engaging with his guy and certainly not letting his guy make the play. So you like to see that. I like this next clip of him blocking much more, though. Bottom of the screen, he's running deep. QB's got the running back open quick. And look at Hurst down here. Look at Hurst, man. This running back's not getting in without Hurst down the field blocking. And it's tough to block that late in the play. He's down here. I mean, we're blocking for 4 or 5 seconds. That is not an easy assignment. He does an excellent job, and he allows his running back to get into the end zone there. I mean, I love that. I think that's a good sign for how his blocking can translate to the next level. So we got a couple drops here at top of the screen. We're going to run a slant. I mean, we're wide open. Should be a touchdown. Hits us right in the numbers. And we can't bring it in. All right. So his drops are kind of a mixed bag. Obviously, he's open there. This next one we're going to see is a contested situation, one that he should win based on his size, based on his position, and the DB's position. And sometimes they're just bad throws. So we'll see one of each. Bottom of the screen. Ugh. You know, he should bring that in. He gets both hands on it. DB's not in a great position to make a play on the ball. He's 6'4". You'd like to see him go up, use his wingspan, use his big hands, and bring it in. So we're the outside slot here. Gonna run a slant, I believe. Yep. Bad throw behind us, right? Again, one maybe you want to bring in. Maybe hits us in both hands when you do want to bring in, but I'd like to see a better throw on a quick game slant like that. But overall, I really like this player in the middle to late third, early fourth round. Anything after that is a steal. I think he's got good upside and definitely a guy worth taking a swing on.